I'll never forget Saturday mornings. Those were my favorite with my dad. He would come in and wake me up, and then he'd wake me up again. So finally, after the third time coming in and waking me up, I would get up and he'd have me this little half cup of coffee with, a quart of milk in it. He would treat me like a man. Everyone loves closeness with their father, My earliest memory of Dad making knives, because he collected knives and had a love for knives for years and years, but my earliest memory of him making knives was, I guess it was about my 7th grade year. He said, "Come on, let's go make a shop." And I didn't know what to think. And what he had in mind was turning his dad's 2-car garage, this open-air 2-car garage, into 2 shops. So it took us about a year and a half or so of just every day after work and every day after school, into the winter, we would make this shop. And he started actually made his first knife around 1981. And I thought he was Superman. I thought it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. And I've got his first knife, and it was crude, man. It has a screw in the pommel. And then he started branching out into really creative designs, and I loved that. I loved that his stuff became original. And by the time he went to his first show, pretty much in the sticks, it was town to me. It was Columbia, Tennessee, and we did a Mule Day show. I couldn't have been more proud. I could feel creativity welling up in me watching Dad do this stuff. It really struck up some kind of passion in me. I knew I had to be creative. 3 or 4 years into making knives, here I am a senior in high school, and I'm going off to college, and for the last 2 years, all I had heard about is you need to be an engineer. He was an engineer, make good money. And I was like, "Dad, I don't know. What about if I do this, that?" No, just be an engineer. So I went to mechanical engineering school and started calculus and physics and thermodynamics and blah, blah, blah. And the longer I was in, 3 years into it, I knew I didn't want to be an engineer. And didn't really tell him about it, but I started writing music. I felt the creativity come back. I had to be creative. I couldn't find a passion for engineering. And you've got to have a passion for what you do. You can't fake it too long. The fake it till you make it thing, that's only if you've got the passion. Fake it till you make it for other people. You can't fake it to yourself. 3.5 years into mechanical engineering school, I drop out to do music. But I wouldn't change it for anything, because I had a fire, I had a passion, I had a dream, and I followed the dream to a degree that most people don't. But then it became stale. I lost interest, or I lost all desire to do really music after making it in music. So it got sterile. The industry, I think, jaded me a bit. When you're a preteen and you're looking up to your dad, and whatever your dad is doing, it's great, and you want to do it, and you want to help him, and you want to just be with him. And then you get to become a teenager and you veer away, and you just don't want to do anything that he says or does or anything. And it's so strange to come around full circle, and I was so close to what was a passion, and now I'm doing what I was doing so far. I'm so far removed from those years. And if you'd have told me at 25 years old that you're going to make a shop, and just like your dad, you're going to start making knives, I'd have probably punched you in the mouth. I don't know, but everything that I've gone through has been answered by what I'm doing now. What's strange is I can pick up a blade or a piece of steel, and I can start a project, and I'll get on the grinder, and I can revert immediately back to those days when I was sitting in the shop with Dad. When you can instantly be brought back to a point where in childhood there's some of the best memories in your life, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'm Vaughn Ray of VR Knives, and I am made U.S. strong.